Greetings from Kiev, Ukraine. Svetlana Zholobailo, Program Director of Ukraine Media Partnership Program, or UMPP, at IREX, International Research and Exchanges Board.
And Olena Vlasova, UMPP Program Manager.
Today, we'd like to present some major findings from running Ukraine Media Partnership Program for 20 years. They are based on our administering experience and findings of the external evaluation of 6 program years, 2014-2019. The Ukraine Media Partnership Program, or UMPP, is funded by the US Department of State through the US Embassy in Ukraine and administered by IREX. Since its launch in 2002, UMPP has strengthened Ukrainian media by creating long-term professional relationships between American and Ukrainian media outlets. This is done via program's core element, in-person week-long exchange trips of the US media professionals to Ukraine and the Ukrainian media teams to US. Other supplementary activities included sub-awards and networking events. IREX staff based in DC and Kiev provides logistical support, oversight of the visits, and ensures high-quality translation services during exchange visits both in the US and Ukraine.
Within 19 years of implementation, UMPP organized 60 partnerships between Ukrainian and American media outlets. Each partnership means 2-week-long trips of Ukrainian media team to US hosting media organization and 2-week-long trips of the American partners to Ukraine. A typical exchange trip for Ukrainian partner encompasses individual on-site and online experience sharing, consulting on topics of interest, and job shadowing. For example, field work with videographers, where cameramen can master some video shooting techniques on field assignments. Sales call with clients, where a sales rep can observe and learn how to work with objection and develop customized presentations. One of the Ukrainian partners shared, "I've got a totally new view on regional journalism. American colleagues demonstrated us what the regional media can look like in terms of content quality, operational processes, and impact they make on their communities."
We'll use the rest of our time to reflect on lessons learned through UMPP's external evaluation. IREX hired an external evaluator in spring of 2020 in order to examine 6 program years, 2014-2019, of UMPP's impact on partners and activities. The evaluation covered 36 media outlets from different regions of Ukraine, pinned on the map, and different types of media, local distatized or formerly state-owned and now privatized print media, regional online platforms, a national broadcaster of Ukraine, and investigative agencies. Evaluation stages included desk research, fieldwork via online surveys and in-depth interviews, content analysis, and audience surveys placed to media websites.
Now, I would like to share key findings from the evaluation. First, UMPP in-person exchanges were found a highly appreciated form of technical assistance. This opportunity to witness how US outlets run their media, a chance to shadow them and ask countless questions during the in-person visits, was recognized as the strongest component of our program, an aspect that no other type of technical assistance can provide. Learning about everyday operations of the American media helped our Ukrainian partners to drive changes upon return home. Second, participants gained an expanded worldview, sense of place, vision for, and confidence in the future. It raised my confidence because I received a vision of my company's future, shared the manager of the regional broadcaster in 2018. Another partner in Eastern Ukraine noted, when media has international partners, any journalists feel more secure.
This chart shows how respondents used a scale from 1 to 10, where 1 means useless and 10 means very strong impact, to assess program's impact on 11 areas of media development. Our third finding is the most impacted areas of media operations, namely strategic thinking, new formats of content, including digital, promotion and reach of new audiences, and relevance to audiences' needs. The program changed our mindset. We obtained qualitatively new level of strategic thinking and understood that we should review our strategy. We also changed our human resources and other management policies. This was the reflection for one of the UMPP participants. Other Ukrainian partners made an effort to promote their reporters as brands. Those ideas were borrowed from US partners, where the local journalists were well known and promoted to the public as media brands. These changes are important for Ukraine, as in the end, they lead to sustainability and revenue generation of regional media. For example, UMPP helped investigative partners to receive a powerful impulse to diversify their income. They started working with their audiences using the membership model and fundraise from the communities, not to rely completely on the international donors' support.
A next finding on this slide, media outlets gained from UMPP differently. Impact differs per different type of media and different ownership status. So chart on the right, local and regional media, they gain more from the partnership than the national media outlets. Most regional media started to see opportunities to make the outlets more profitable. If we look on the chart on the left, NGOs, desensitized and private media, the private media traditionally receives less attention from international donors, and thus it was the most appreciated of networking opportunities within the program. In income generation, commercial media showed the highest gains, while government-funded or desensitized outlets reported mid-score, and NGOs, usually dependent on fundraising, showed the lowest score. Another important finding, UMPP offers top-down transformations when management and ownership are involved in the exchange. It is them, the managers, that facilitate the decision-making process about implemented changes in the future that lead to major developments.
We refer to these final fundings as our participants' wish list because some of them require funds or redirection of program resources. Many of these wishes are a good sign for UMPP. Participants want more of what we share. They want program duration, both exchanges and one-year program span, to be longer, more networking, and more joint projects with a larger sub-grant pool. A big takeaway for us and two final findings was the participants' wish to have access to US media professionals as long-term mentors and the better monitoring of the development plans.
And this last slide summarizes main recommendations for program moving forward. In-depth monitoring evaluation component tied to our technical assistant and mentorship. So 6 months post-evaluation, UMPP reflected on things we implemented in practice. Launch of the technical assessment of partners' operations and needs. So technical assessments now helps us to collect baseline data and define development goals. The team also developed an evaluation tool with 62 indicators to assess management, finance, content production, content distribution, marketing, and branding. The more standard developed areas go into development plans that help us monitor partners' growth. And our next component, joint US-Ukraine mentorship program. We expect to launch it in summer 2021 to strengthen partners' progress toward development goals through guidance provided by experienced mentors from the US and Ukraine.
Program adjustments and shift in activities is work in progress. Send questions our way.
And thank you for your attention.